Big news out of Washington. President has just signed a brand new executive order that could put extra cash directly into the pockets of millions of Americans. For the first time ever, the White House has confirmed tariff relief checks designed to help seniors, retirees, and families fight back against rising costs caused by new tariffs. This relief is targeted directly at those who need it most: Social Security retirees, SSI, SSDI, and VA beneficiaries. If you depend on monthly benefits, this could mean additional payments on top of what you already receive. But here's the catch: not everyone will qualify, and the payment dates may look very different from your normal schedule. In today's update, we'll cover everything you need to know: who gets these checks, how much you could see, and exactly when the money is expected to arrive. Don't scroll away. This is one of the biggest benefit updates of the year, and it could impact your wallet starting very soon. Before we dive deep into this game-changing announcement, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Have you been struggling with rising costs and wondering when relief might come? Well, this new executive order might be the answer many Americans have been waiting for. You might be asking yourself, is this really happening? Or how does this affect me? These are exactly the questions we're going to address today. Let's start with what's actually happening. Trump's new executive order specifically targets the impact of international tariffs on American consumers, particularly those on fixed incomes. But why is this happening now? The answer lies in the increasing pressure on everyday Americans, especially our seniors and disabled veterans, who've been bearing the brunt of rising costs across the board. You might be wondering, how exactly do tariffs affect me? Think about it this way: when tariffs are placed on imported goods, those extra costs don't just disappear into thin air. They're usually passed down to consumers like you and me, showing up in higher prices at the grocery store, the pharmacy, and pretty much everywhere else we shop. This relief program is designed to offset those hidden costs that have been eating away at your budget. But here's where it gets really interesting, and this is something many people don't realize. The impact of tariffs doesn't just affect the products directly targeted by these trade policies. There's a ripple effect that touches virtually every aspect of our economy. When manufacturing costs go up due to tariffs on raw materials, those increases cascade through the entire supply chain, eventually hitting your wallet from multiple directions. Now, let's talk about who's eligible for these relief checks. Are you currently receiving Social Security benefits? You might be in line for this relief. Do you get SSI or SSDI payments? This could affect you too. And if you're a veteran receiving VA benefits, you'll definitely want to pay attention to what I'm about to share. But here's a crucial point that many people miss: eligibility isn't just about what benefits you receive. There are other factors at play, and understanding these could be the difference between getting your relief check and missing out entirely. Think about your current income level, your filing status, and even where you live. All these elements could impact your eligibility. You're probably wondering about the numbers, right? How much could these relief checks actually be worth? While the exact amounts vary based on several factors, I can tell you that some beneficiaries could receive substantial relief. The calculation takes into account things like your current benefit levels, how long you've been receiving benefits, and the specific impact of tariffs on your cost of living. Here's something that might surprise you: the relief isn't just a one-size-fits-all payment. The program has been designed with different tiers of assistance, recognizing that different groups have been affected by tariffs in different ways. For instance, seniors who rely heavily on imported medical supplies might see a different relief amount compared to veterans who are primarily affected by increased costs of everyday goods. Let's talk about timing, because this is crucial. When can you expect to see these relief checks? The rollout is planned to be systematic, but there's something important you need to know about the timeline. Various groups will receive their relief checks in different phases, and understanding where you fall in this schedule could help you better plan your finances. But here's where you need to be especially careful, and this is something I can't stress enough. There are already scammers trying to take advantage of this situation. They're setting up fake websites, making phone calls, and sending emails claiming to help people sign up for these relief checks. Remember this: any legitimate communication about these relief checks will come through official government channels. Speaking of official channels, let's talk about what you actually need to do to ensure you receive your relief check. For most eligible beneficiaries, the process will be automatic. However, there are some situations where you might need to take action. Do you need to update your information? Have you moved recently? These are important questions to consider. Here's an interesting aspect that many people overlook: the potential impact of these relief checks on other benefits you might be receiving. Will this affect your regular Social Security payments? Could it impact your Medicare benefits? What about other assistance programs you might be enrolled in? These are all important considerations that we need to address. Let's dive into some specific scenarios that might apply to you. Are you a senior who also receives VA benefits? There are special provisions in the order that address situations like yours. Do you have dependents? The relief program takes this into account too. Understanding how these different scenarios affect your situation is crucial for maximizing your benefits. But here's something that might really interest you: there are additional steps you can take to make the most of this relief program. Have you considered how these relief checks could fit into your broader financial planning? Are there smart ways to use this money that could help stretch its impact even further? These are important questions to consider as you prepare for these payments. One aspect that's particularly noteworthy is how this program interacts with existing benefit systems. The executive order has been carefully crafted to ensure that these relief checks don't negatively impact other benefits you might be receiving. This is crucial because it means you won't have to worry about losing other important assistance just because you receive this tariff relief. Let's talk about documentation for a moment. While most of the process will be automatic, it's still a good idea to keep certain records handy. Do you have your benefit award letters? Recent statements? Having these documents readily available could help if any questions arise about your eligibility or payment amount. Here's something that might affect your planning: these relief checks could have implications for your tax situation. While the details are still being finalized, it's important to understand how this additional income might impact your tax planning. Should you set aside a portion of the relief? Should you consult with a tax professional? These are questions worth considering. Another crucial aspect to consider is the timing of these payments in relation to other benefits you receive. How will this align with your regular Social Security payments? What about other periodic benefits? Understanding this timing could help you better manage your monthly budget and financial planning. But let's get practical for a moment. What should you do right now while waiting for more details about these relief checks? Are there steps you can take to prepare? Should you be reaching out to specific agencies? Understanding what actions to take and what not to do is crucial at this stage. Here's something that might surprise you: there are resources available to help you navigate this process. Do you know about the various advocacy groups and organizations that can provide assistance? Are you aware of the government helplines that can answer your questions? Knowing where to turn for help can make a big difference. Let's address some common concerns I've been hearing. Many people are worried about how this might affect their Medicare coverage. Others are concerned about potential impacts on their food stamps or housing assistance. These are valid concerns, and it's important to understand how this relief program has been designed to work alongside existing benefits. One particularly interesting aspect of this program is its potential long-term impact. While these relief checks are designed to provide immediate assistance, the executive order also includes provisions for potential future relief if tariff impacts continue to affect vulnerable populations. This forward-looking approach is something many people haven't noticed in the initial announcements. But here's where it gets really important: understanding how to use these relief checks effectively. Should you use them for immediate expenses? Would it be better to save them? Are there smart ways to invest this money to help secure your financial future? These are personal decisions, but having the right information can help you make the best choice for your situation. Let's talk about some success stories we're already seeing. Some early recipients have found creative ways to maximize the impact of their relief checks. Others have discovered additional benefits they didn't know they were eligible for during this process. These experiences can provide valuable lessons for everyone waiting to receive their relief. Here's something crucial to remember: this program is still evolving. As implementation begins, there might be adjustments and updates to the process. Staying informed about these changes is essential. That's why following reliable sources of information and staying connected with official channels is so important. But let's address something that might be worrying some of you. What if you think you're eligible but don't receive a relief check? There will be appeals processes and channels for addressing concerns. Understanding these procedures ahead of time can help you be prepared if you need to take action. One aspect that's particularly encouraging is how this program has been designed to be as inclusive as possible. The executive order includes provisions for various special cases and unusual situations. This means that even if your situation is unique, there might be ways for you to benefit from this relief program. Let's wrap this up with some final thoughts and actionable steps. First, make sure your information is up to date with all relevant agencies. Second, stay alert for official communications about these relief checks. Third, be wary of scams and unofficial sources claiming to help you access these benefits. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to programs like this. The more you understand about how these relief checks work, the better positioned you'll be to make the most of this opportunity. Keep following this channel for updates and additional information as this program rolls out. Don't let this important information slip away. Hit that like button if you found this helpful, and make sure you're subscribed to stay updated on all the latest developments with these relief checks and other benefit programs. Drop a comment below with any questions you have. I'm here to help you navigate this process. And don't forget to share this video with friends and family who might benefit from this information. Together, we can make sure everyone who's eligible gets the relief they deserve. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.